Have you ever heard someone say, "It is not what you know, but who you know"? Well, I don't think it probably goes totally like this. I think it's probably something more along these lines. It's both what you know and who you know. The point of these statements is who you know is huge. Sociologists are very interested in network systems. No, not the computer type, the social type. And the greater the complexity of a society, moving from Gemeinschaft to Gesellschaft, the more complex the network of relationships become as well. It creates a web of interconnections with people. What you might not realize is just how large your social network is. It includes those in your family, in your neighborhood, in your school experience, from sports teams and other extracurricular groups to those that you have met in online groups as well. It relates to all the different statuses that define you. In sociology, network analysis is interested in seeing how all of these dots get connected. Therefore, each of us have a personal network that could easily reach into the hundreds, if not even the thousands. But there is no way that you can keep close ties with all of them. You can only maintain a few close connections. Some will be your BFFs, and others you might just basically say hi to, and that is about it. So it's not only who you know, but how well do you know them? Sociologists look at the type of groups that we are a part of. And this is the focus of this section. And the main idea is this: groups are the foundation of social life, and they differ in the terms of size, organization, and purpose. Groups also perform many important functions in society. Now, we all belong to groups. Some are large and some are small. Some are with our close friends and people we love like family. Other groups we are a part of we might vaguely know or not really know that well at all. Some groups will have a huge influence on our values and norms and in our identity formation. Others will not. So, as you're reading, there are three questions that you want to keep in mind. First, how do sociologists define the term group to begin with? Secondly, what types of groups do sociologists recognize? And then finally, what are the main functions of groups? So, as you're reading, I recommend that you go back to using that three-column note-taking approach that we introduced in an earlier video. Make three columns on your paper. In the left-hand column, under the heading of Main Ideas, you want to include all of the headings and subheadings and side notes and bold words, but turn them into a question. For example, the first main heading of this section is defining groups. So rewrite this as a question. How are groups defined? In red, you'll see a subheading under defining groups, and it says size. Rewrite this as a question. What are the different sizes of groups? In that section, you will also see some bold and highlighted words such as dyad. Rewrite this as a question. What is a dyad? Now continue this same process through the rest of the entire section. Here's a hint. There are three main headings. Now, secondly, before you begin to actually read each paragraph, go back to the beginning of the section and see if there are any visuals that you can identify. In this section, there is a cartoon and a graphic for group size and relationships. So in the middle column, give a brief description of both of these visuals. Finally, you are ready to start reading. At this point, you have properly previewed the text by noting the important questions that will help you understand the concepts of this section. This is what you have in the left column. So now what you want to do is make sure you can answer these questions, and that is what you will do in the right column. As you read, answer the questions. And then by the end, you should have a concise summary of this section, answering the major questions of how groups are defined, the types of groups that exist, and the function groups play in society.